Geelong versus Collingwood. Collingwood, G. Brown, 1 vote. Geelong, A. Rogers, 2 votes. Geelong, D. Burke, 3 votes. St Kilda versus Sydney. St Kilda, N. Winmar, 1 vote. St Kilda, T. Lockett, 2 votes. St Kilda, F. Coghlan, 3 votes. Brisbane versus Footscray. Brisbane, M. McLean, 1 vote. Footscray, P. Foster, 2 votes. Footscray, S. Wind, 3 votes. Adelaide versus North Melbourne. Adelaide, R. Maynard, 1 vote. Adelaide, W. Wiedemann, 2 votes. Adelaide, S. Wren, 3 votes. So we declare Jim Stynes from the Melbourne Football Club the winner, the 1991 Brownlow medal.
And Jim would like to come to the presentation area. Jim, with his father Brian, has made the long trip from Ireland to be with his son tonight. And it is a very emotional scene here. As you'd expect, David Cloakey came home with such a rush. John Northey, the coach. And boy, can the Irish celebrate. And they'll be doing that in Melbourne and right around Australia tonight. So, Jim, if you'd like to come up and join us here for the official presentation. Just think that 7 years ago, this big fella had never seen a game of Australian rules. And tonight, he's won the greatest individual honour the game can offer, the Brownlow medal. Club captain Gary Lyon, 2 leaders on the field at Melbourne this year. And a real team effort there. And Jim, well done. Come forward and receive the medal that you've earned so brilliantly this year. And Ross, I invite you to come forward to make the official presentation to Jim Stein.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this man standing behind me only played his first senior game something like 4.5 years ago of Australian football. Quite a remarkable performance. Came out from Ireland, as we all know, having played Gaelic football there, and he's developed himself into a most athletic and skillful footballer in our code. But I suppose even more importantly than that, he's everyone's favourite, both for the Brownlow medal and as a good all-round guy. Jim, congratulations from everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, would you charge your glasses and be upstanding, and we'll drink a toast to the 1991 Brownlow medalist, Jim Stynes from the Melbourne Football Club. Jim Stynes. Three cheers. Bip, three, bip, bip.
Come forward, Jim. Gee, a bit different to livers last year, isn't he, Ross? Oh, yeah. And we might invite Jim's father, Brian, also to the stage, who's come out from Ireland. And Jim, your mum, Tess, is at the Menzies at the Rialto right now. Come in, Brian. Jim's dad, Brian. And... Jim, I know you've shared this moment with Dad already. Why don't you share it with Mum, Tess, who's at the Menzies at the Rialto, and we'll be making her way very shortly. You can say something to her now. Speak English, Jim.
Jim?
What's the title?
Jim?
Well, yep,
it's absolutely fantastic. You're a great old... Yeah. Jim?
Yeah,
I'm delighted with you.
I can't listen to you. I'll only start crying if you start talking. See? Maybe we should start talking Gaelic and we'll get away with it.
Yes, yes.
Tess, one of the proudest moments of your life?
Absolutely. I just can't believe it yet.
Well, a lot of us can't believe it either.
Yeah. I was so apprehensive there when they were doing the voting, and I suppose you kind of think, well, can he be caught? And you're listening to the other votes from Hocking and from Turley, and then when I realised that Jim couldn't be caught, well, it was I really can't describe what I feel. All I can say is, I was holding on to this green bag. I'm sorry, but I think this has brought me a lot of luck tonight. Do you all agree?
Well, Tess, we all agree in here. And
So,
make your way to the Southern Cross.
Seamus.
Good on you, Tess. And
Yeah.
come to the Southern Cross because there's going to be an
Come
Irish
down
party
Ireland.
tonight. Okay. Well, if Tess keeps that up, she'll be a commentator, Hocking and Turley and all those. What about Dad? How does he feel? Brian, let me know this. I mean, 7 years ago, I said earlier, Jim hadn't seen a game of Australian football. Were you and Tess in favour of letting your young son come all the way down under?
Well, the mother was, but I'm a bit of a pessimist, and I like to watch them play. And I was against it because I couldn't watch them play over in Australia. To me, it was another world.
But you get the telly there now, don't you? I mean, you see
Yes.
the matches in Dublin. Had to get a plug in for Channel 7, Jim. But by the way, Jim, we'll get back to you in a moment as well. I believe that...
It took a long time before they showed him over in Ireland.
Well, it's a long time before he became a superstar, but he certainly is now. Is it true, Jim, that when Barry Richardson came in 1984 that there was yourself and another young fellow called Niall Quinn, who you looked at? Niall Quinn's gone on to be a striker at Manchester City and Arsenal, I think.
Yeah, Niall was the year before I came out, and he's gone on to be, a fantastic soccer player, and he's helped Ireland get through to the quarterfinals in Italy last year. So he's been fantastic.
Now, tell us about the story when you were playing under Slug Jordan in the early days at the under-19s, and you both needed an interpreter, and the umpire came up and said, "Tell this young fellow to stop calling me the ref," and the boundary umpire came up and said, "Tell him to stop calling me the ball boy." Is that true? True story, Jim?
Oh yeah, well, Slug is a fairly vocal type of guy, and but there was always, anytime I did anything wrong, he was always, we're at the next play and you're back home. But I'll always got to get him back, and I suppose this is my opportunity. When I came out here and I was introduced to him back in Ireland, to be given a nickname like Slug, it had to be for a very special reason. And, it wasn't for that reason, I can tell you.
Slug's going to be pleased with you tomorrow, Jim. You've just given away a big secret there. Did you ever dream this?
Honestly, though, Slug was a fantastic help to me early on. He was really tough, and I suppose playing this game, it's not an easy game, especially when you haven't played before. And he really made me earn my position each week, and which wasn't too often. But
Jim, I just said at the start of the program, I thought about you today. What were you thinking about today?
No, I just tried not to think about it. It's just, it's very hard. We went out and played golf this morning just to get away from it, but it's just fantastic. I just can't believe I'm up here.
Well,
it's amazing.
You can have an Irish celebration tonight. Brian, Jim, Tess, the Stynes family, they'll be celebrating right around the world. We'll take a break.
Hang on, I've got to take a few people. Hang on.
Okay, go. Why not? It's live.
I'd just like to... there's a few people that mean a whole lot to me, and especially down at the club, and of course my father has been a catalyst in bringing me to where I am. He's always there as a coach all the way through, and also when I got out here he was really tough, and also John Norrie. I think this year he gave me a lot of faith to play in the ruck, and could have been a different position, but he put faith in me and let me go, and I'm really appreciate both my dad and John have been fantastic. Also the rest of the players, it's hard coming out to a club and coming out to Australia, but the guys at Melbourne have been fantastic, and Gary Lyon's been an amazing captain. I'd hate to be in your position, but you've done a great job this year, and the rest of the guys, it's just fantastic. The guys that are not here, get your ass in here quick, excuse me. But also I'd like to thank a couple of people. I have to thank the club for giving me the opportunity to come out here. They put a lot of faith, and Ron Barassi was, he took a lot of stick about it, and I'd just like to thank him. He's here somewhere. I'll get a chance later for bringing me out here. It's fantastic. Also, I'd like to say thanks to Don Scott, who really got a lot out of me this year. He's a ruck coach down at the club, and he's been fantastic. And also to Greg Healy, who helped me early in the year when I wasn't playing very well. And we lived together for a few months, and both of us were looking at playing in the reserves, and he really helped me. And got to get this out of the way. Also, to the guys, a lot of my mates, the Irish lads that I hang around with here, they've been fantastic, and the guys at work and the girls at work. And I'd just like to say